The Titans are 3-6. The Jags are 6-3, but the Jags haven't felt 6-3. They've definitely felt like a 5-5 team, especially recently, given Trevor Lawrence's struggles and the question of whether or not Zay Jones is going to play for this game. Trevor Lawrence, 17-29, only finished with about 4 fantasy points last week against a tough San Francisco defense. Zay Jones officially questionable with the knee. He was also arrested for the misdemeanor domestic battery charge that could lead to a suspension later, but he is questionable for this game. I don't have optimism that he's going to play just because he's been missing so many games with the knee injury.
I agree. I love Zay Jones. He's a flashy player. He brings, I feel like his other teammates up because he's just another weapon out there, but I don't think he's injured. It's like there's bad juju around it. You don't want to. You played Zay Jones. You're asking for trouble. He could easily drop you a 0. Obviously, if he doesn't play, don't play him. But I think the only thing that Zay Jones does is apparently make Calvin Ridley look good. If he's there, he plays well. But regardless, I still think I want to play Calvin Ridley this week. I think I'm on the let's get back on the train station this week with bringing Tony Pollard. Let's bring in Calvin Ridley for some good plays. Yeah, that's what I'm on. I'm on the Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram train this week. I don't know. It's maybe because I've always loved playing tight ends against the Titans and Cardinals. I've always done that. But I just think that they are a pass funnel. And I think even though they have had success, people have had success this year running the ball against them. I do think they want to get Trevor Lawrence back and going and throw him into the MVP caliber type player. I feel like people are going to just shove him out there if he has a really good game.
And if the Jaguars go to 7-3, the record looks good, and the quarterback on a really good team should always be in the MVP conversation, right?
Yep.
Yeah, especially if they smash the Titans.
Yeah.
So I hope that Zay Jones plays for exactly the reasons you mentioned. This is why I bring Felix on, because he confirms all of my theories about why Calvin Ridley has not hit this year. Ridley right now is the wide receiver 43 in fantasy points on the season. It's been a really disappointing year. Christian Kirk, on the other hand, you're probably starting him as a mid-pack wide receiver too. He's wide receiver 19 in fantasy points. And you're finding reasons to put Christian Kirk into your lineup. He's coming off a 16-point game against the San Francisco 49ers. I have Kirk ranked at wide receiver 22 and Calvin Ridley down at wide receiver 30 this week.
Okay, so on DFS, they have Jacoby Myers ranked more expensive than Christian Kirk. I think that's just a mistake. I think if you're going between those two options, I think you 100% smash Kirk. You know what I mean? That doesn't make
all
sense.
Of the Kirk.
Yeah, and Calvin Ridley is like $600 or $400 cheaper than him. It's just wild. There's some like mispriced players, I think. Yeah, he's $700 cheaper than Jacoby Myers. I think if you're going to play DFS this week, I think I'm personally playing the Jags this week as like a get back game. Everybody has a really good game after they play the 49ers because it's like, oh, such a relief. We're not getting sacked every 5 seconds. So if I were you, like I'd have a little bit of the Jags in all of your games.
Yeah, a little bit of Jags, but 100% of Travis Etienne. We are absolutely starting him. He's been a beautiful play when you were drafting him in round 4 this year. I know he had a tough game against San Francisco, but it's the only time. Okay, he's had 2 games this year where he hasn't finished better than running back 22. Okay, like he's played so well. And then you get, I know Tennessee is usually pretty tough against the run, but what? He's going to finish as running back 10. He's going to finish as running back 12. Give me a break. Like he's going to do very well for us. And we love the targets. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realize this, Felix, but he has an outstanding amount of targets. 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 6, 4. This is what you want from a top tier running back 1.
Somewhere around 5 targets every week. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And turning them into yardage and possible receiving touchdowns. Yeah. Travis Etienne. Is Etienne a first round pick next year in early best ball drafts?
No. I like him, but I don't think that he is. I think he's going to, there's a lot of season left to play. And if he continues this pace, yes. But I think when everybody sees CMC, that he's going to get top. I think there's just too many good wide receivers that are going to go higher. I think he's the back end.
You're drafting Etienne over Bijan and way too early. Yes.
No, because they're going to get fired. They're going to fire Arthur Smith at the end of this year, and Bijan's going to look amazing because they're like, oh, Bijan's like a 1 in a million talent here. Let's actually play him. So no, I would 100% take Bijan over Travis.
Okay, interesting. I like that take. Not bold, but
no,
it's not bold, but it is not a common thought. It's what a wish. We wish that Arthur Smith would not be there for our fantasy takes.